This week from the internet, Jurassic Park Rebirth and the Fantastic Four First Steps drop new trailers featuring mutant dinosaurs and a teeny tiny thing. Plus, the Power Rangers join TikTok because the brand is clearly being run by unpaid interns at this point. And Spin Master hopes to attract new fans with their DC Metal Force action figures. That's the Reluctant Adult Podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who knows you can't cry over spilled lineage, Bill!
Hi, everyone. I have nothing to say to that.
It's a Severance reference. Severance!
Keep it to yourself.
You gotta get on board.
Keep it to yourself and your tiny toys.
Oh, what an episode this week. All right. Very quickly, because this is my favorite thing ever. Update to the Severance action figures. Here we have a new head for Mark S. And this is the Zama or Tomox, whatever, from G.I. Joe. I think this is very, very Adam Scott. I mean, obviously, this is very Tom Cruise. Like, let's not kid ourselves. They clearly used Tom Cruise as their inspiration for this figure. But I see Adam Scott in it. Let's compare it to the Fat Mojo Adam Scott, whatever they called these stupid little things. See, the hair is very good. The extended chin, the pointiness, I feel like it's all there. It's all coming together. Very excited. Very excited. So I have some other characters to show off this week. So we need a John Turturro. We need an Irving. So this is one of the G.I. Joe heads. I feel like there's something here. I feel like this could be something. What's this character's name? Mad
Bazooka.
Dog McGraw. Bazooka. That's right. I'm trying to get it. There he is. Look at that. Look at that. That camera is just for you, so you can see a nice close up of my fingernails. All
Thanks.
right. And then let's see. Dylan G. I gotta go with Peter Parker's best friend from all the new movies, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Ned
from Groundhog Day. What was it? Ned the Fred Fryers or whatever. What was his name? Ned the Head?
Ned the Head.
Ned the Head. It's me, Ned Nettleton. The glasses are not great, but that's all I had at the moment. So I'm gonna find better glasses. What else is there? Who else is there? Oh, so this is my first disappointment. So this is the body that's gonna be for what the fuck? What's his name? I can't. Why has this escaped me? Mickelson? No. Fuck. What's his name? Oh, I love this show. I can't believe. Hold on. I don't want to seem like an idiot. Severance cast.
Can't seem like an idiot in front of all your Severance friends.
Milchick. I'm cutting all this. I don't want anyone to question my fandom. So this is the body I'm going to use for Mr. Milchick. Obviously, I'll make it not white. The head. This was an AEW head from Scorpio Sky. I took that, and then I took the hair from Andre the Giant. Where's my Andre figure? This Andre Ultimate came with 4 heads, and they're all essentially exactly the same. So I ripped off the hair from one of them, and the shape of the head is not the same as this head, so it didn't work at all. So there is another Marvel Legends head that I'm going to try for that one, so that'll be more in scale. And then for Helly R / Helena, we have the Black Widow, the comic edition of her. So this was one of the more expensive figures that I bought, essentially just to rip the head off of it. So We'll see. I gotta find the body first. I'm not opening that until I find the body because it might be going back. We'll see. So that was it. That was my
continues.
My quick Severance custom update. I know everyone is excited, as
I'm
excited
pumped.
as I am for the progress they see here. Yeah. You got to get on board, man. I'm telling you, this show, it's the only thing that's keeping me going at the moment. I don't look at social media anymore, except unless it's like the Severance Reddit. That's all. I'm just reading theories. That I've replaced all my doom scrolling with theory scrolling for Severance.
Oh,
so I feel like it's very therapeutic. So yeah,
well, that's good.
I encourage everyone in the audience to go do that as well.
I mean, I think when TikTok went away, that's when I started to give up TikTok. Like, it never really came back for me. So
no, I am slowly coming to the realization that it will probably go away again, and that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, and then we'll see if something replaces it, and maybe not. Maybe that's for the best. I feel like social media has kind of ruined the world, and I don't know that you can really argue with that. So if we need to go all the way back, to AIM, I think
Simpler
AIM is when the
times.
internet peaked. That's what we need to go back to.
Yes.
So exciting week. How was your week? Big week? You just showed me something before we jumped on. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I would have brought her down with me, but I was going to do an unboxing, but then it just seemed logistically wrong.
Well, should we save it then? Should we do that next week?
We can, if you want.
Or you can do what we can do is we'll put some video right here of you unboxing this new thing.
Oh, perfect.
So you can film that at your leisure.
Oh, good.
Because really,
you can react.
For the audio, it's not going to be very good. So tell us your Bill's big news.
Bill's big news. We added another member to the family.
Congratulations.
We got another puppy. Another dog entered the mix.
What kind of dog is it?
We don't know. She came from Texas. She's at least part Chihuahua and something else.
How did she come from Texas? How does that even happen?
They drove her up in a van with other. Well, we had been interested, and I had not wanted a dog, and then said, "Oh, maybe," and then it was back and forth. And finally, my wife shared a photo of a male dog named Walsh, and I was like,
"He delivers the
that
man?
guy.
That's cool.
That guy right there, Walsh." I go, "He's the dog. He was interesting." So she put an application in for him.
Oh.
And he was unfortunately already adopted.
Oh,
but the rescue agency said, we have his sister who's already been through 3 failed adoptions. Not that she was ever picked up, but 3 individuals
What's wrong
attempted. Well, so we had one woman went, and then her daughter had to have heart surgery, so she dropped the adoption. The second one thought the whole thing was a scam and demanded her money back.
Well, sure.
And then the third person was, they just really couldn't take care of the puppy, as it were. They were wheelchair bound and everything else. So, they were doing their best, but obviously they couldn't handle the puppy, and the adoption agency was like, "Oh, these people have kids." So they partner with a foster group and a rescue group up here in Massachusetts. And I'd never heard of this because I'd before only thought of dogs going on like a plane.
Yeah.
And, they fly the rescue dog, or they fly the dog that you're going to adopt to you. This group, they van the animals up. So they had a van full of cats and dogs from Texas, ready to go up, all along the East Coast. They gave my wife GPS tracking of the van, so she was able to check it through an app.
A pizza. Yeah.
Yes. They updated with videos of the dogs at several dog parks and taking walks and everything like that. And then,
that's nice.
Then they met as most business deals go down. They met in a Walmart parking lot this morning at 10:30 in Connecticut, of all places. So we didn't even get her in Massachusetts. Yes. And then they drove her back up. So she's been in the house for about a few hours now, and she's a great little dog.
She's part Chihuahua.
A lot of fun.
She's gonna be a little thing.
Yeah, she's tiny. She's about 4 pounds right now. She's got tiny little puppy teeth.
Wow.
Yeah, so her name they gave her was Indy, and I was like, that's okay.
Perfect.
It was perfect enough, but
good starter
it wasn't
name.
speaking. It wasn't speaking to a lot of people. So the dog's name is now Winnie.
No, you need to go back to Indy.
It's Winnie.
Winnie. The Pooh?
Because
Winnie
so
Palmer?
Winnie the Pooh part. So growing up, I had a dog named, and you probably saw this dog, Honey Angel, and she was everyone's favorite dog. And this dog here, the same name twice. So my wife came up with, how about
names?
We name her? We're not big on reusing names, and we're not big on silly names either. We like people names. So she came up with, Winnie the Pooh liked honey. It was like a 6 degrees of separation situation. She goes, and she was born around Halloween, so she's kind of like Winifred from Hocus Pocus. So she kind of added both together.
Okay.
And her little thing was the Winifred thing, and my little thing was the Winnie thing because she liked honey, and that made sense. So
there you go.
We went with Winnie.
You put a lot of thought into the name of this creature.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. And I was saying to you, you will never hear me announce that I am getting a new dog because one and done. And this dog is still kicking. If anybody, I guess at this point we're going for the record. We're going for the record just to see. We're going to get in that Guinness book.
I was just happy to escape vacations now and really just not go anywhere for the next 6 to 7 years, if not more.
Because of the dog.
Really, just be tied down to the house.
Damn. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Reason to leave people's houses. Oh, sorry, we got to go back and take care of the dog. Gotta let the dog out.
The dog. Yeah.
Well, that's very exciting, Bill.
Thank you.
It's pets are very important. Growing up, I always thought it would be fun to have a dinosaur for a pet. Did you ever want a dinosaur as a pet?
I can't say that I ever did, but I remember either a Burger King or McDonald's commercial where they had a dinosaur as a pet. And I feel like it was just an upscaled Yoshi from the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh,
I have this weird memory.
I remember that as
this.
Well. They did reuse him for something. Yeah.
And the teacher was the actress that played Peach.
Well, that's too much of a coincidence. That had to be.
But it was weird because I can't find evidence.
Find the video of it
anywhere of this ever happening.
I definitely remember this too. More recently, somebody being like, "Hey, this was the same puppet or whatever."
It was kind of like if I was in charge, I'd have a dinosaur as a pet or something like that. I think it was like the BK.
Yes.
It was maybe the Burger King kids, like the upscaled kids.
Exactly.
Or something like that.
What you would do. Yes, that's 100% what it is. All right, we're going to track this down at some point. Now, by next week, we'll show it.
Fair enough.
But I mentioned dinosaurs because this week we got our first look at Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World. Excuse me. Let me start all over.
Please do.
Mentioned this because this week we got our first look at Jurassic World Rebirth. That's the stupidest name.
It'll have to make sense once we see the film. But
I gotta say, there's this phenomenon with trailers where if there's a really good trailer, the chances of the movie being also good are not great. Good movie or good trailer, bad movie, bad trailer, good movie. So judging by the quality of this trailer, I'm going to say that this will be the best movie ever made because I thought this trailer was the shits. The lines they chose for these actors, quote unquote, to say was ridiculously bad.
These movies,
is it a joke? What?
Well, you look at it, and Jurassic World, the first one, was supposed to be a joke. It was a parody of a lot of things.
I don't know about that. Like when they were making it, I don't know about that. You
don't
thought
think
that was
so?
going to be how it was received? They
I
put
don't
all
think it
that
took
money
itself
into
very
it.
seriously. I don't think it took itself very seriously.
Well, that's fine.
All.
It could. Well, that's one thing. You could not take yourself seriously, but then you could put in these like corny one-liners that
I mean, there
Scarlett
are plenty
is
in that
reeling
movie.
off. I know, but they packed them all into the trailer. You got to spread them out a little bit.
I feel like these are like, at this point, these are like the Transformers movies. Do you see them for?
I do feel like that.
The human characters? No, you're there to see the dinosaurs.
Yeah. And that's fine.
And
that's why I still that's why I still have hope that this will be good, because they've invested in all new dinosaurs, or new paint jobs at least, for existing dinosaurs.
Right. Dinosaurs, the island is new.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Spinosaurus has completely changed to be more scientifically accurate.
It's more iguana-like, it looks like. It looks very
there were at
least
3 of them. You got this fucking
whiptail dino.
Long neck with a whiptail. Like, what is this? And then, of course, I don't know if I have a picture of it, but they... is this it? Down here, they made a mutant dinosaur that looks like a cave troll mixed with Cloverfield.
The D-Rex.
Is that what it's called? The D-Rex?
I believe it's called the D-Rex.
And then you got a xenomorph for like a face hugger in this little tube down here. Like, this movie is going to be all over the place. And the more I talk about it, actually, the more excited I get about it. Because I think it's just going to be batshit crazy. And that's fine. And at this point, give me talking dinosaurs.
They released the trailer, and then all of a sudden, just a slew of toy promos have come out.
They had them ready.
Just out of nowhere.
Locked and loaded. Look at that. This guy is so funny with he looks like Cubone from Pokemon, like he's got his mother's skull on his head. Like, what? What are we doing with our dinosaurs? Back in the day, they got this big Xenocorazone, whatever they call these crazy things. I went too far.
Right. Well, we've been talking about mutant dinos and like dinos spliced with human DNA for ages now. I think going on 20 years there was concept art, and finally we have this. It almost like it's this bipedal monstrosity of a thing. It looks like it could almost be, like you said, a cave troll, but it almost just looks like if you took a whale and added like legs and arms to it, and you're like,
well, it's got gorilla arms because they he walks, and then he's got a second set of arms, like little baby T-Rex arms, and then he's got the big legs in the back.
Like, I can't even make sense of the head visually. I can't even make sense of the head at all.
It's just very flat. Like, it looks like the trolls from Harry Potter.
It does.
So, and I'm sure that this is not the only crazy dinosaur thing in the movie. Like, they're definitely holding something back. They always do.
Right.
There's no reason to give it all away. Like, you already had our money at Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, whatever. So, I started this saying that this looked crappy, but now I'm hyped. Now I'm hyped for Jurassic World Rebirth.
I think a lot of people are very hyped. We're finally seeing the river raft scene that was cut from the original Jurassic World, which is very exciting.
The Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, because wasn't there a scene from the first book?
I take it back.
Is that the scene from the first book that they did not include? Okay,
right, and they have it. They have it included in a trading card, like one of those little pack-in cards from the very first movie. Is there with the T-Rex attacking the raft?
Oh, they shot it.
They didn't shoot it. No, it was illustrated.
I got you. Like with the toys, it came
with the toys. Remember the old Kenner toys? They'd come with like an illustrated card that you could collect.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna finally see that. Yeah. I mean, the guy that's doing this, he did Rogue One, correct?
Oh, is it?
I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. He did some big monster movie recently too. I don't know if it was Godzilla. Something. But I remember Gareth. Is that the guy's name?
Oh, Gareth Edwards.
I feel like that's him. Did he do Rogue One?
He did Rogue One, yeah. And he did Godzilla.
Oh, there it is. There you go. Then that's 100% the guy.
Oh,
so he's got the pedigree to make this.
He's got the track record.
If there was anyone that could do a Jurassic Park movie, it's this guy. So, all right.
We talked about dinosaurs. Yeah, July's a big month.
Holy shit. It is a big month. Did you have something else
huge.
you wanted to say about this?
Well, no, just talking about, real quick, that you and I have spoken in the past about dinosaur movies. It's like, could there ever be any other dinosaur movie besides a Jurassic Park movie? I don't feel like there could be. Still,
They would have to have
and that's
really
why we keep
good
regurgitating them.
CGI. Yeah, I mean,
but
like,
what would the premise be?
I mean, it could be anything. Like, these are from a park. So there just needs to be another reason dinosaurs came back. Like, it could be an
What
alternate
did you say?
reality
You said
where they never went away.
dinosaurs in like an office setting?
I would love to see dinosaurs working in an office.
Yeah,
and it's a comedy. I would love to see that. Making compies.
Did you see that commercial? What the hell is it for? Speaking of The Office, I think it has Rainn Wilson in it, and it has the gentleman that played Kevin and the woman that played Meredith in the commercial, and they're trying to sell like pillows, but it's for something.
Oh, there's a pillow one?
I think it's a Super Bowl ad. I think it's a series of Super Bowl ads, but
Super Bowl. Who do you think is? Well, since this is going to air on Monday, congratulations to the Denver Broncos. Is that what they say?
The Atlanta Falcons. Yeah.
Did we get any reports on President Clinton? Oh, I made myself sad. No, but yeah, just very quickly about the Super Bowl. The level of interest 1 to 10, 10 being super pumped, 1 being not at all. Where's your level of interest in this year's Super Bowl?
I'm at a 2, but for whatever reason, my mother, when I spoke to her tonight, she was all excited about it, and it made no sense as to why.
Huh. I don't know. I gave up. I mean, obviously, we are we're both originally from Massachusetts, so like, you know, we had that stretch of Patriots Super Bowls where it kind of got like, oh, they're in it again. And I know the rest of the country hates them.
Oh, everyone hates us. Now, they hate us because they ain't us. Right.
They hate us because they hate us. Now we got this other team, the Taylor Swift team, going for a three-peat. But I don't know. I'm just, for all sports, and I don't think I'm alone in this, like the ratings are down for all sports. So I think we just got some other stuff on our mind.
Well,
we can't really relax and watch the game.
You and I were never big sports guys. I mean, I know I always tuned in for the commercials. Yeah. And now even that, all the commercials are aired early. You can catch them all before the game.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's really no, I mean, we'll have it on, but it's not like I'm going to be sitting there, like my eyes glued, like, oh, what's Brady going to do? Is he going to pass it? Is he going to throw? Is he going to run up? No, it's not.
Did you see that Mountain Dew commercial that they have out? That's newest. Did you see that one?
No. Who is it?
The Baja Blast. One? It's Seal.
Yes.
I won't. Okay,
awful.
You didn't see it. Yeah.
I just saw the picture, and my first thought was like, "This is really bad AI." That's what they went with.
They did.
Seal. Is he relevant? I don't know. Kiss from a Rose. Always a banger.
Always.
So I don't know if the Jurassic Park trailer will premiere, or not premiere, but air during the Super Bowl.
Right, you might have a shortened version of.
You might get a quick one. They don't need to pay all that money. Another giant movie that got a trailer released this week. Fantastic Four. It's happening.
Yay!
People love The Thing. They're really excited about how he's
people are very excited about
comic accurate.
Yeah,
they had 2 concerns. 1, that he's not big enough, and 2, that his voice doesn't change to be more like gravelly, like I'm made of rocks. I should sound like this, like Chickless.
Oh, sure.
But apparently that's not a thing with Thing. Like his voice doesn't change, and he's also not huge. He his height does not change. He just becomes all rocky.
What's our reference for other than, so we got Chickless, we've got the animated series, we have the Corman series, and we have Josh Trank, his Fantastic Four.
Oh, sure.
Are those our point of references for how Thing speaks? Is there? I mean, I'm sure in the comics they're like he spoke in a.
Maybe there's like a toy commercial or something, but somebody had like a diagram of his anatomy, and they showed that his vocal cords were not affected. So I guess ridiculous. That the science checks out that he would not have a different sound. But I think it looks fine. I'm excited. I mean, I'm not excited, but like I'll probably see it because it's
like. Is this gonna get you in the theaters? I don't know. I feel like my hype for Superman is bigger than
Fantastic
it's funny.
Four. I I feel similarly, even though I've never been a big Superman fan. I'm like really ready to give it a chance. Like I want this James Gunn universe to do well.
Yes.
So I think I agree with you, but I feel like there's enough going on here that I do want to see it in theaters. Whereas Captain America comes out next week or something like that, and I'm there's no chance. There's no chance I go see that in theaters. Like, what are we even doing?
I mean,
what are we
we're
even
talking
doing?
Pushed back a year. It's like just throw it on. Just throw it right
bring
on.
My McDonald's toys from a year ago. Just
all your soft little pillow figures. Throw them at the screen.
Just throw it away. There's no more so than that. I am very excited because did you see who is coming to Galaxy's Edge? None other than Luke Skywalker.
Or an approximation of Luke Skywalker.
He's bringing R2 with him too. Yeah. I think this is great. They finally, I don't know why it took so long for them to be like, all right, just bring all the best parts. Like, what are we even doing? Again.
Right. Well, I feel like if that's the case, then we need to kind of give it a refresh and get rid of those stormtroopers.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever they need to do. I
want
my photo with Luke.
Is this in Disneyland or is this at Disney World? Because I didn't dive that deep into it.
I don't know either. I would hope it would be both. You know, that would piss me off real bad if it was only Disneyland and if they're still time locked because of the hotel's gone. It's office space. There's no reason for that anymore.
Well, there's Kylo Ren's ship is docked there. That's the
not in
biggest
Disneyland.
Hurdle, I feel
they don't have that.
No, in both. It's there, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, that's like
I feel
you
just
wouldn't
get
see
rid of the
that
ship
from this
and get rid of
point.
all that signage. That's true.
This could be like two separate lands. Yeah,
I feel like this is going to be exclusively for Disneyland because they have that.
No.
You know how they have the Marvel area where they have like the face actors and they all look.
Well, that's different though. There's a contractual reason that they can't have Marvel characters, but there's no contractual reason they can't have Star Wars characters. They're just fucking stupid.
I feel like it's easier to find somebody to act the role out west
in Hollywood.
There is. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't even care if it looks like him. I just want him standing there with a green lightsaber. Give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Some people were saying they'd rather see him over in Launch Bay. Can you imagine if they just put him over there? I'd be like, get over there in the Launch Bay.
I cannot believe that Launch Bay will exist, but they're tearing down Muppets 3D. In what world do we keep the Launch Bay? Will you tear down Muppets 3D? What's wrong with you people?
They're not thinking. They're not thinking like the fan.
They're not using their heads. I gotta get somebody in there. All right, here. This is very good. We're talking about movies. So popcorn buckets. Have we seen what the popcorn buckets for Jurassic Park are gonna look like?
No.
Okay, that's gonna be a big surprise. There's this movie called The Monkey. It's a horror movie. And the monkey, he looks just like the cymbal monkey, but I guess they couldn't have him have cymbals because that's like an actual thing, so they gave him a drum. Is that the story? He can't have cymbals like in Toy Story?
It's a good question. I mean, I remember just this is an image. I don't know. Was this a movie already? It's based off a Stephen King short. I feel like it was. Maybe Monkey Shines was the movie.
Is it a remake?
I don't know if it's a remake. I think it's just a retelling of the Stephen King short story.
Well, whatever.
But I remember we spoke about the front package art for VHS movies. This is also one of those movies that was like, what's up with this scary monkey? I've been walking through the video store back in the day. What's up with this monkey? But this is fantastic, and this is an AMC exclusive.
This is a great.
Yeah.
Even the top of the drum looks like it's been beat so much in different places. It has weathering. This is fantastic.
I'll probably pick this one up because it does look fun. AMC is good because you go the day of the premiere. So if it's out on Thursday, they'll have it on Thursday. It's not like Regal where they can sell it like 2 weeks before and it sells through, and then you have to get on their pre-order. It is. So annoying. It is.
Yeah. I don't think other than I have not purchased a popcorn bucket in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Ecto one, but I pre-ordered it after it
Right.
sold out. Because I don't want to, like, what do you do with it? You put it on the ground? You put it in the seat next to you? I'm afraid I'd forget it or something.
To figure it out. I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, I've seen people eat out of them, and I'm like, is that what you do with these things? You eat out of the popcorn bucket?
I guess you can clean. That's part of the experience. But you'd want to, like, pre-clean it, right? Because it's going to taste like plastic. At best. Who else knows? Who knows what else could be in there? All right, well, that's good for this first half. We're going to take a break. When we get back, so much more to talk about. Actual toys, lots of stuff going on. We'll be right back. Power Rangers have joined TikTok. That's some good timing. Now is definitely the time to join TikTok. But I guess it's good. I guess it's something. This photo that you see here, this silhouette of the 6 figures in the Power Rangers Reignition toy line from Playmates. I was gonna say Bandai. I was like, that would be going back. Popped up this week. It got deleted and then it got reposted. I don't know if it was supposed to go up, and they were just like, fuck it. People already saw it, put it up. Now, this is pretty much what I expected. They have basic articulation. The bodies are a little like superheroed up, like not as realistic proportions as the Lightning Collection. This is what I think everybody expected. And I think from the Toy Fair where these were presented, they were talking about maybe there would be a collector focused line down the road. So these are definitely geared towards kids. But again, I ask you, what kids? What kids are buying Power Rangers action figures, let alone for Mighty Morphin that has not been on the air for 30-ish years? There's nowhere to watch. I guess you could watch it on Tubi or something. Like, I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
Does Netflix still have it?
Netflix might have the Mighty Morphin seasons, but they lost the majority. They had them all at one point.
Oh. No, they're gone. Oh yeah, that's right, because they were doing the specials and everything. They did
like the final season, and then they did that like reunion one. But yeah, it's very confusing. Like definitely not top of mind. So I don't know. Maybe this is like, maybe they got this deal Playmates did for like a steal from Hasbro, and they're just like, let's put something out. Don't put a lot of effort into it. Don't expend a lot of money on it. But we'll see what we can do.
Bend the knees a little.
Bend the knees with that weird like overlapping top kneecap that I always dislike a lot.
Yep.
Will I pick these up? Yeah, probably. I'm sure they'll be like $5. They won't be that bad.
The holsters look gigantic for the.
See, I always hate when they put the Blade Blaster in gun mode or blaster mode in the holster, because they didn't do that. There's like an in-between mode where you fold it all up and it fits in there nicely. That's the beauty of that weapon. Oh. But they never, they can't do it. They're like, Hasbro started making that a separate piece. Like some of the figures came with that third mode. So it basically looks like the sword mode, but it doesn't have the blade out. And so it's like, it's nothing, but that's how it's stored in the holster. So these are a thing that's happening, and Power Rangers joined TikTok just to promote these. So whatever, that's something. Okay. McFarlane continuing to release their Batman the Animated Series re-releases from the DC Direct or DC Collectibles, whatever they were called towards the end there.
Yeah.
This is Clayface, one of the deluxe figures. He was a deluxe figure, I think, when he was originally released. He's only $40, which is pretty reasonable considering the normal releases are 30-ish, if not 25, 30. Sure. Yeah. So $40, pretty good deal. Get this figure. Definitely cheaper than the Mondo figure. I don't know if we ended up talking about that, but that thing looks ridiculous. No. But this is pretty good.
I mean, that's a very nice figure to look at. But I mean, if you're on a budget,
the Mondo figure,
and the Mondo figure is very nice.
The crazy thing about the Mondo figure is that there are two versions. There's like the website exclusive that's limited that came with all the extra pieces, like Batman trying to break out of his chest. Like, could you imagine buying this figure and not getting that piece? Like that's like the whole reason to buy it. Like, what I would feel I would not buy it if I couldn't get that piece.
Sure.
But that's that. What else is on here? My list of things. You were excited about this. You saw this see-through John Cena figure, this clear plastic John Cena.
Yes.
So this is John Cena's last year competing as an active wrestler. He has said he's done after this. We'll see. So they're releasing this. It's all clear plastic. It's an elite figure. It's marked as a collector's edition. The packaging art shows the hat and the T-shirt and nothing in between it because he can't see me. That's the whole thing. That's the gimmick. And I think this was available as a playable character in the video game. You could play as Invisible John Cena. Now, here's the thing that I don't love about this figure is that his shorts are invisible and his hat is invisible, like all his clothing.
Right.
That's not supposed to be invisible.
Okay.
Like you should be able to see that. It's just him. So this figure makes no sense.
Right.
This figure, because they already did it as a basic figure, as a chase in 148, and this is perfect. Look, you can see the shirt, you can see the pants. That's almost
terrifying, though.
Oh, I think this is such a better execution of
better.
This. I think this is so much better than all being. This photo so small.
Wild figure.
This was a chase. It was hard to find. I never saw it. I was gonna get it if I could find it.
Looks like he went to Buc-ee's. I can't even tell. I'm so far away. Okay, the shirt has him going like this. I was like, is that the Buc-ee's logo?
The Buc-ee's
shirt?
logo.
I couldn't figure.
He's a big Buc-ee's. You know, that actually might, like, a lot of his shirts reference other logos and stuff. So I wouldn't put it past him. He's a big Buc-ee's fan. But yeah, so that's coming out. I don't like that they didn't, because they could give him a cloth. They didn't even give him a cloth shirt or anything. It's just clear. I don't think it's good. I don't think it was well executed. But what do I know?
It's just like those. I mean, I told you it just reminds me of those old Toy Biz Lord of the Rings, Twilight Frodo and Gollum, when they casted them all in clear plastic.
I remember getting those, and that figure was very rare at the time. It was going for big bucks.
Was it Frodo that was rare?
I think it was. I think it was Frodo because I had it. It was like on that green packaging.
Yeah.
And it's not
it
worth
had the dome, the bowed out packaging, the original packaging before they went to the slim.
Back when men were men and packaging was packaging.
You'd have to. Right. I mean, I think I found a couple of them at KB Toy Works.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. I think that's where I found it too. Just random. Yeah. Just like, what? Right. How did this end up here? I should have sold it then because it's not worth anything now for some reason. That stuff didn't really keep its value. Not sure.
No.
But you like clear toys, right? Or you like glow in the dark toys? Is that your thing?
I like glow in the dark. Yeah. I like glow in the dark toys.
I don't think this will glow in the dark.
I was at Walmart this past week. They've started to put out their second iteration of that horror end cap.
Okay.
That they have.
Yeah.
So they had the next series or the most recent to store series of those NECA trick-or-treaters, which had Krampus, Captain Spaulding, Nosferatu.
Yep.
And they had one glow-in-the-dark vampire girl. And I passed on it. I picked up the Nosferatu because I'm just at the point with that line where it's like there's almost too much and it's not interesting. And you showed a photo that you found the superhero.
Yeah, Batman and Joker. That was it. The only two they had.
Well, that's exciting. I don't know about these. This is like where I'm also kind of like, is it worth kind of getting?
Yeah.
Because I didn't get Beetlejuice. Right. I got the Ben Cooper stuff is cool, like the specific like old weird exaggerated masks. But once they start getting into licensing, and then even I think it's series 4 where they're doing new characters. Like they have John Carver from that Thanksgiving movie,
modern day horror.
Spaulding, the modern day horror. It doesn't, and it's like that's cute, but it's not.
If people buy them, not for me.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's the thing. It's just not for me.
I wish they did what they did back when Mego was a company, and you could mail away for the clothing. Like, just give me one base body and then different outfits, because you don't need a whole figure. Like, unless you're doing a little scene or something. No. It just you could sell these like on like a flat card, and it's just the clothing.
Oh, you could.
That would be
true.
better. Maybe they'll do that after
we all know what
fact.
the face looks like afterwards. We all know what the face looks like underneath.
There's nothing to it. Yeah, we just need the mask. We could put it on another figure. We could put it on any figure. I think that's more fun.
Oh, great!
But then they wouldn't make as much money. So
we could put it up on no figure and just make tiny little coat hangers.
That's what it should be. Like the carding has like a drawn form, like a body, but then it's just flat, and then a flat clamshell on top of it.
Oh,
that would be great.
Put so many out.
NECA also had or Target also had the NECA Sesame Street, but like the cartoony versions, not the Ultimates.
Oh, the Toonie, the Toonie,
which seemed like, why would I buy these when I could get the Ultimates? Like, what? I guess they're cheaper, but other than that, like, no. I'm obviously gonna wait for the good ones.
I'm still waiting to see if the Pee Wee Herman shows up in the at Brick and Mortar, because I haven't seen those yet.
The Toonie one?
The one that comes with Terry.
Yeah, I might get the Ultimate of that. I'd like to have a representation of a Pee-wee. I want to go back to Power Rangers for a second, because Mezco was at MegaCon this week, which was right in my backyard, but I did not go. I do not want to be there. And they showed off their 112 Collective Power Rangers, which are coming. People are getting shipping orders, I think. I want mine real bad. So I just want to take this moment to show off the Green Ranger, which I already have, and this is just such a beautiful figure. And I hope that the 5 Rangers that come in the set are just as beautiful, because this is just, it's so fantastic. And I know like some people are like, oh, it looks like he's wearing pajamas, but not in person. In person, it just looks fantastic. And I don't think you can ever top this making a Power Rangers figure, because you can't see the joints. And that's like so important. It keeps the silhouette so clean. So any excuse to show off that figure from this other angle over here. All right, what else? I saw tonight that Fresh Monkey Fiction has confirmed that many of their 2024 Naughty or Nice collection figures have been backed. Like they got enough orders that they're happening. So here's Santa's sleigh. Target achieved. They needed at least 1,000, it looks like, judging from this infographic. Here is the what mystical creature was
Centaur.
This? Centaur. He's a Centaur. And then Krampar.
Oh.
These were also funded. These are happening. So if you want to jump on there and pre-order. This zombie pirate Santa, he only needed 500. He's happening. The kids are not funded yet. So if you want your tiny children, but they're 112 size, they're 112 scale. If you want these to go with your Santa, which do we? Not many people want them yet. They need 3,000 of these. I guess between the 4 kids, they need 3,000. They're almost, I can't tell, maybe they're at 2,000. So you only got a couple days left to make these happen. I don't know if these are going to make it. I think maybe these need to be rethought. It's just a lot of money for I don't even know what you do with it. But good news. I mean, Fresh Monkey Fiction, this is, 4 years of Santa toys they've been able to make and deliver? Like, they're getting a lot of mileage out of this guy.
Wow.
I feel like it's been that long.
It's really been that
3
long.
years?
Yeah.
But good for them. DC Metal Force. Have you heard of this?
No, this was the first. You sent me the list, and this was realistically the first list that I've looked at and went onto my phone and was like, I need to find out more on everything.
Okay.
So I did do my research. I watched several videos.
Oh, you watched the videos?
This.
Okay.
I watched videos and everything else.
So I thought
a lot of these things.
When I saw that these Spin Master DC Metal Force action figures, when I saw these announced, I thought this was just something that Spin Masters came up with. Like it's just a fun, like they're in mechs. Every DC character gets a mech. Even Superman has some sort of armor, and I thought that was it. But apparently, it exists as either a comic, there's YouTube videos or something. Like this is something that DC is actually pushing. So we could see like McFarlane versions of these. I bet he'd like to get his hands on these. God. But these are really fun and they're not expensive at all. Like this is a fun, like I could see myself picking these up just to like have a fun like Batman toy to play with.
Right. I mean, most kids like things that go into things.
Most adults like that too.
Like that. Oh, good point.
Superman
so like there's
is
different
Iron Man.
scales. So I think the Superman that's
Yeah.
the 12-inch scale Superman.
That's what's
But I think he's only
confusing.
like $15.99.
Very reasonably
And then this is a
priced.
deluxe set with Brainiac, and I think this is 19. It's either 19.99 or 24.99.
Right. And then there's like a 4-pack
But you get-
that has 4 of the little figures. I can't really
Right,
tell
and
from
they think
these
they are
photos how big they are. But they just look
I
like
want to
fun.
say they're probably so that's another. That's the Batman. That's the 12-inch scale Batman.
These are the same.
And then you have the
because
three-
there's. Yeah, I see. Okay.
You have vac metal. You have vac metal pieces, which is always
Yeah.
very attractive.
Yeah. Not a lot of paint apps, which like on the surface
No.
kind of makes it look a little cheap, but that's just kind of the reality of it.
But you can have fun if you're
my
a
God,
customizer,
100%.
which you apparently are now. You could get out your acrylics.
I just
and your
can't.
sealants
The paint
and
part,
start really
I don't have the
painting.
patience for paint. I can't let it dry. I can
Give
I
it
can
a
part
nice
swap.
wash.
I can part swap. That's the extent. If I have like spray paint, I can do that and then walk away and forget about it. But I can't like because
Right.
you got to do multiple coats, and I like want to do the next coat in the next 5 minutes. It's not gonna happen.
No, yeah, of course, yeah. I gotta lose the patience with that when you're
Yeah.
like it's like an all days process, and you're
Oh
like,
my
no, I
God.
want it done now.
I want it
it now.
But I'm always talking about how I want Exo Squad to come back, and this might be the closest we get. This might be it. So I guess I need to support this. Definitely something I'll pick
Support
up.
it rather cheaply.
If not like
it's
original
fun.
price, if it goes on clearance on Amazon,
Right.
because they're all on Amazon, I might check that out.
Throw him at the kid if he doesn't like. If I don't like him, get him off the Mr. Beast Lab stuff.
Oh,
Crazy
speaking of that, your kid he was the first completist of the Beast Lab creatures. Now
Right.
you are trying to make him complete with the Mr. Beast Lab stuff. But there's a
Yeah.
chase.
Yes,
Is
sure.
that what it is? Is there a chase?
There's always with the original Beast Lab figures, there was also the chase element. There was 2 for every species.
Okay.
So there were 2
Right.
sharks, 2 dinos, 2
and they were packed
reptiles,
differently.
etc.
You can confirm
They were
that
packed
they
different.
were-
You
okay.
could kind of tell. And I, for the life of me, have been trying. I was going into Target because these deluxe Mr. Beast Labs
Yeah.
come in like a glacier.
Right.
And remember, I had mentioned a couple weeks ago, prior to Christmas, that I was going in with a flashlight,
Right.
trying to see if
See
I
through
could
it. Yeah.
see through it. And actually, I did find a way because the teeth on each one are different. And if you shine a high enough powered light through the back end of the glacier, you can create a silhouette of the figure's head.
Oh.
And you can tell which teeth belong to which figure. So
There you go. But I was at
a little
Target
hack
today,
right
and
there.
somebody had ripped open the glacier.
right.
They did not want to get one they already had, which I understand. It's an expensive toy.
Of course.
So I sent you a photo, and I was like, "Do you need this? Is this the one?" Not knowing it was sort of like a light colored.
Yes, it's the tiger.
Tiger.
It's the tiger.
What's the other one? It's not a
Yes.
tiger.
The panther. It's a panther.
Oh, because that's his logo.
Correct.
I'm very quickly trying to get the photos that I sent to you and put them on our Blue Sky so that I can use them in the show. But anyways, I saw it open and I was like, "Hey, is this the one you want?" And you said, "Yeah, it is." And I was like, "Okay, do you want me to get it?" And then you're like, "No, unless it's under 30." But then you did want me to get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not. By the time you had written that, I was gone.
Oh, that's fine.
It might still be there. I don't know who's gonna buy
It
it.
could be there.
Because
No,
it's open.
and I told you, you probably should ask for a further discount because obviously it is opened.
Yes. Although I do feel I would feel kind of weird because they were like, "Did you open it?"
Send your wife.
No.
Send your wife.
She's not gonna do it. She doesn't like confrontation. Here he is. I got him
No,
there.
they'll slap one of those yellow stickers on that says previously opened or whatever.
But
it
it
is.
doesn't even look like it's opened. It looks like this is how it should be sold. Like this is how toys
Right,
are.
it
You
looks
can
like
see them.
This looks like This looks like one of those. If you go into the home goods section, it's one of the character lamps.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's still
like
like tied in there. Like he's still secure.
Right.
You can see
As
his
all
little
his pieces
thing
are in
behind
there.
him.
Someone he's still got the little piece of the thermite there. It's like, what's the point? Like this person
Thermite.
really got aggressive.
They just
that I'm pointing down there. They're like, what is this?
They just had to.
They went all out.
Is there
now,
an experiment? Do you do an experiment to reveal this, like you do Beast Lab?
So the most ridiculous. So they cut a lot out.
Oh yeah.
Of the experiment, the mist or the fog, all that.
The best part.
I believe there's still a sound element to it and a light element, but I think it comes directly from the beast itself. So basically, you get a key, and then the key opens up a drawer underneath, and you pour water into that little trapezoid shaped thing, and it's supposed to be thermite, which melts the glacier.
Oh.
And then when you do that, it lowers like a little button.
Okay.
You push the button, and then that reveals a thumbprint, and that unlocks the those pink
the little
grappling things. Grappler.
I guess it is cheaper than the original Beast Lab because this is only $30. And what was that? 60?
Yeah, those are like 60.
Yeah.
60, I
so
think,
I understand, really, but it's still the end product is the figure seems like he's the same size. So if that's all you care about,
right?
So I don't know if this person didn't want this flavor of Mr. Beast Lab and they left it, or they just felt destructive and then they were like, I didn't really want it, but.
When I was so I didn't go so far, but I did like slice a piece of the plastic down to kind of like look, and then my kids ratted me out to my wife.
Oh my god!
And they go, you know what Dad did? He tried to open the package, he ripped it, and then he left it. And my wife's like, yeah, that definitely just sounds like something your father would do.
My kid did the same thing because I wanted to see what those hand boards looks like that I talked about last week. Because it was the box it has no window, so I just peeled the tape and I opened it up, and my son's like, "We're gonna get arrested." I was like, "If I got arrested for this, son, let me tell you, that's not the real reason. They were just looking for a reason." Well, if it's still there, if it does end up on clearance or something, I'll pick it up for you and send it up next time. My mom's actually coming down in March, so I'll try to collect some things. If you have anything you want to send down,
there we go.
Making a pile. My pile of loot.
Oh, sure, yeah.
A new series
of
some
backup stuff.
You got some stuff? You still owe me like the little Lego Ninja Turtles. There's some things you've mentioned.
Those.
The world's smallest.
Lego Ninja Turtles, the world's smallest, are here.
No more vacuums.
I got a few things.
Your vacuum put like a Trojan horse virus on my computer at work. It seriously did. I had to throw it away. I'm like, I'm not trying this again. It's not worth it.
Lousy vacuum.
That vacuum sucked.
Just don't plug it into a USB into your house. It might burn your house down.
It might burn your house down. I put in like one of these like the little extra batteries, and that was fine, but it still didn't work that well. New series of Marvel Legends went out for pre-order this week. Brand new packaging, and then the new feature is instead of a Build-A-Figure, you get a figure-sized comic, which is just a piece of black plastic with a sticker on it. So I actually wish that this was a legit comic like Mini Brands does books with actual pages and words.
Mini Brands should do comics.
Wouldn't that be comics?
Mini Brands was like, forget about books. We're going to do comics now.
Because I don't think they're doing it anymore. I think books ended. I don't know if books were popular or not popular or whatever. I don't think there's more books.
So much Mini now. It's not even funny. It's a whole aisle.
It's ridiculous. Lord of the Rings. Every time I walk down that aisle, there's something new Mini. I'm like, what happens? What's happening here?
It's tough to get excited. My mother was out with me the other night, and she's like, what is this? Mini Brands, Harry Potter. And I was like, yeah, you make your own like potions.
Yeah, we got one of those. My wife was excited momentarily, but like actually doing it, she could not care less. She threw it away immediately. Yeah, I thought that would be more exciting than it was. So these Marvel
we
Legends...
did one like bath spa, and it was an awful experience because my kids can't measure, so it was like destroyed. And I was like, well, this is all garbage now.
It's all garbage. Done. Yeah, you were just polluting the earth at this point.
Yes.
So these new Marvel Legends have a fun packaging. For whatever reason, this really makes me think back to that first Hasbro series after they took the license from
I can
Toy
see
Biz.
it.
I don't know if it's the character selection. Did they do a Banshee? I feel like they did this Iron Man very early on in that set.
Yes, that Iron Man. He stuck around too.
Yeah,
I think he's relatively cheap, but just like the colors of the packaging are very similar.
Yeah, and then compare this to what McFarlane does. My God, it's the light and dark. It's just unbelievable how the McFarlane packaging is so never changes. I don't know if that's like a mandate from DC or they're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's just like such a they could do so much more with that packaging. It's just like depressing.
They could.
So these are not my favorite characters. There's like not Wolverine. There's what's his name? Dakin. Was he a clone of Wolverine? I don't even know who he is.
He's a clone, or if he's supposed to be like Wolverine's son.
Yeah, I don't care.
Something like that.
We get Rom the Space Knight, which like some people are super excited about. Not me. Yeah. I don't know anything about Rom.
I think Pixel Dan is excited about Rom.
Good for Pixel Dan. I think the other
he's got a whole. I think he's got a whole Rom comic book collection.
He's got a Rom comic. That's fun. Good for them. Good for our fans. Listen. At this point with Marvel Legends, if they haven't made your favorite character yet, your favorite character must suck because they made everybody.
Either that or just wait 6 months and then he'll be there.
They're running out of things. Adam Warlock, he finally gets an updated figure.
Spider-Man. Is that Miles Morales?
Miles Morales. They did something with his hips where they had them positioned weird in all of the photos. They look better here, but these might be Photoshop. Yeah. They had they're drop down maybe, and they had them dropped too far up. They were like sticking out. It looked real bizarre. I don't know what happened. So hopefully this actually looked fine in person. But I don't have any interest in any of these characters unless I need their head for a Severance custom, and I don't think any of them are gonna fit the bill. So this is gonna be a skipperino for me, but that's fine.
This ain't no Secret Wars, dog.
This ain't no Secret Wars. Give me a whole set of Wolverine and Captain America in different looks. That's all I'm collecting at this point. That's your target audience. This turned out to not be real, but this is a Norman Osborn from the animated series that's out now, and I love the way they made this suit look animated. See, this is how you do cell shading. McFarlane, take note. You give the black lines on the actual wrinkles in the costume. Right. This is a beautiful piece. My God, look at this. If this was real, I was going to buy it for my animated Severance, animated Mad Men collection because it's just so good. Is this an existing? Yeah. Did he create this, or is this an existing? I don't even know what this is. Suit mold. I don't even know, but it looks fantastic. So props to whoever this person is. Look, they even made the packaging. The packaging is great. Yeah. Good Lord, what an artist! Is this him? Glowing Ghost, or that's just someone that retweeted it? I don't know. Or reskied it, whatever you say. There's this company that does these concept Star Wars maquettes, and they're doing Jabba. Regal Robot. Jabba the Hutt. He was just
for a number of years.
He was just dripping feet at one point in the process.
Yeah, and boobs.
He's got some.
They took the boobs and they put them towards the dancer.
That's right. The dancer collected
those. I was looking at that.
The 4 sets of teats. He was teats and feet.
I think it was 6.
Feet and teats. 6. He's got 4 rows of 2, right? Or is this not one?
It's 3 rows.
1, 2, 3. There's like an extra one. He's got an extra nipple. He's just got one on this side, and then lots of feet.
Very funny.
Don't understand.
Lots of feet. Yeah. The evolution of the Jabba concept to what he became.
Was this the original look?
Astonishing. I don't know if that was the original look. I mean, we go back all the way to A New Hope, and Jabba was a guy.
He was a guy. That's true.
And then in the comic book, he was a guy he was like Mosep, but he was Jabba the Hutt. He was a cantina denizen practically.
So they were going to shoot it as him being a guy, and then when that got cut, they were like, okay, this is our chance to make him like a creature. So this stuff all happened after A New Hope?
All these concepts came after.
Okay, yes. That makes sense. Wow, my God.
And there's plenty more. There's so many.
That's crazy.
That it's just wild that they
so
landed on what they landed on, because the final form just seems so basic.
Yeah. Sometimes basic is
very
best.
Basic. It's like, somebody looked in a toilet and they're like, that's it right there.
But there's beauty in his simplicity. One of my favorite creatures.
Well, fair enough. Because what they're offering right here is just disgusting.
Do you imagine he's like using these feet?
Looking at it.
He's got like Leia between his feet over here. He's like
right. He's like
come up closer.
Like
he's tickling her with his toes.
Tickling with his toes. Yeah.
He got Salacious Crumb trying to bite his little piggies. Oh man.
Oh my.
That would have been something. Oh, here's something. Arby's has a kids meal. Did you know that?
I go to Arby's maybe once every 3 weeks and get the 2 for $7 meal.
Wow.
Which is usually decent.
Now you can get this is a little curly fry man.
Did you buy this? Or
no, I found this photo.
This is a repost.
I don't know that I'm invested enough.
You get the character, and it's a blank, and it comes with a set of stickers, so you can.
Oh, so the eyes aren't on there.
Correct.
He's got to at least have
the mustache isn't there.
You got to at least give us the eyes. I don't need to use my imagination that much. It's too much. No. You expect too much of me. We talked about Mezco earlier at Comic-Con. What is it called? MegaCon. They showed off Shredder. Now this is like the photoshopped photo. It looks pretty good, but then the actual photo looks pretty bad. It's like the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean,
proportions are very strange.
That black belt in the middle really just kind of like,
what are we doing?
Isn't doing him any justice. People were saying that the neck is too long.
He's got that scarf around it. You can't even tell. Looks like he's got a broken neck.
Got to keep that neck warm.
So we won't see this for years because that's how Mezco works. But they got some work to do. The Photoshop clearly more of what they are hoping it to look like, but that's not the execution here.
What's that Michelangelo in the back?
That's just the cartoon colored re-release they did, the second set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's been out. I am surprised they haven't done another Turtles. Maybe that's in the pipeline because those just sell. People just want them. They don't care.
I want Turtles.
The Super 7 Cat's Lair, people are getting that, and I think a lot of not a lot, but people that like some like high profile toy people got it, and the box was all beat up, and I don't know if the actual product was messed up, but I think Mad Hatter posted about it. He was not pleased.
Yeah.
So, but that was an expensive toy, and it's just so funny to me that Funko is doing one of their Pop Towns, so you can get them for like $30 now. You can just get a nice representation of the Cat's Lair.
Right. There
obviously not all the bells and whistles, but like I feel like for a lot of people
enough to represent.
Probably good. And this is a nice lion showing the teeth. I think that's fun.
Your wife isn't going to be. This is. Hey, I didn't upset my wife.
Right.
No one's living in the box that it came in
over this Pop Town. Everyone's going to be just fine. Is there anything else I put on here? I don't know. Let's just check through it. There's a lot of stuff. Got through really quickly. Let me check my physical list for 1 second. Severance updates. Oh, this was kind of funny. So NECA is doing this April O'Neil, but from the
Last Ronin.
The Last Ronin. So it's like old lady April, and she comes with Granny April, and she comes with the new baby turtles. There was something weird because she went up on the Target website, and then she went up on the NECA website, and she was $10 more on the NECA website. So people are like, what's going on? And eventually Target did up their price $10. So I don't know if you got in early, if you got a deal, but everyone was kind of like, what?
It's a $60 figure, right? It's up there.
Oh, I want to say 50. It was 40.
It's up there.
It can't be that much. It doesn't come with anything. That's terrible.
I want to say it was 50. I want to say you're right. It's 50. I'll meet you in the middle.
Yeah, something around there.
It's
pricey. Not cheap. So if you would save $10,
people are defending it, saying you get the kid turtles. They're articulated, and it's like no.
But she comes with nothing. They didn't give her anything.
Right. There's very little.
Yeah.
She might come with a stick.
she come with other hands? Like anything?
I don't know, but they are. NECA is teasing another April O'Neil April coming up.
We still don't have the stupid yellow jumpsuit movie one.
No, with the arcade cabinet. We don't have that.
That just never happened.
Where is it? No.
Maybe they don't think it's gonna work. Maybe they don't want it.
Probably won't.
They've realized they did the research, which they didn't do when they made Indiana Jones. Did you see Harrison Ford come out this week and being like, I thought people wanted it, clearly they didn't. Oops, my bad.
It's like I still enjoyed the movie. Yeah, no, he came out and he was they lost like 130 million on it, and he was like, oopsies.
Oopsie doopsies. Oopsie scoopsies. Yeah, $50 is how much this April costs.
Ooh.
So she was up for 40 and people were like, that's reasonable. Now it's 50. She comes with 3 total sets of hands, like headphones and a wrench and maybe a Walkman. I don't really know what that is, but a lot of money for not a lot of toy. But the Ninja Turtle fans are crazy, so we'll see how that does.
They do love it.
And then finally this week, we have to mention this milestone. 22 years ago, Ninja Turtles on Fox debuted. Still probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, incarnations of the Turtles. And that was the perfect time to enjoy that series. There were toys. They weren't super articulated, but the non-turtle figures looked pretty good.
19 years old.
Yeah.
So clearly the demographic for the cartoon.
We were clearly right in there.
The 19-year-old
we were in our college.
Yes.
We were in college watching cartoons as intended. Yeah.
I can drive myself to the toy store, Mom.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it was.
But I remember finding them. I found them at the Nashua Target with the elevator.
Yeah, I found mine at KB Toy Works again.
And they had that big turtle head on top of the packaging, very eye-catching. And that line lasted a while, and that took us to. Did they go right? Was there like a break before we got into the CGI stuff on Nick? Or did it go into that?
They went to that flash forward.
Well, sure.
They went to flash forward.
That was still like part of it.
And then I think there was a gap because I think KB Toy Works went out of business.
Right.
Toys R Us was the big one in town, and then after that.
And of course,
I still think about that CGI turtle and think that it's not that old. And I know, relative to the franchise and the license, it really isn't that old. But no. I never started watching that right at the beginning.
Oh, you didn't?
And what was that, 2009? That came out?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I can't do the math. Well, it's been 22 years since Fox debuted the Turtles, and hopefully it won't take 22 years for Super 7 to get those figures out based on that set. But
they did push them back.
Yeah, I know. At the rate we're going, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they were pushed back recently.
I'm not sure. If they come out, I'm buying them. They may not be great. I hope they're great. I don't know why I'm not confident. Not confident, but I do want them. At least one. At least Raph. Gotta get at least Raph.
Sure.
All right, Bill. Anything else for this big week?
No.
Okay.
Go.
Whoever won the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations.
It's probably Taylor Swift's team. I don't know. Sports doesn't make any sense. It's all fake. The refs are in on it. They are. It's all fake. It's like wrestling. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.